puzzle is almost finished. What started with 12 teams was whittled down to 8. Tenacity, determination, and intelligence have prevailed. Tonight, the final piece leading to Mega Brawl is placed. Will Coach Herman and the Miami Assassins move on? Or will Coach Dewey and the Las Vegas Hustle crush their dreams of heading to a championship? 2 teams, 1 dream. It all comes your way next on Team Boxing League.
We welcome you to Fight Night in the Valley of the Sun. Team Boxing League's playoffs roll on. The final semifinal matchup for a trip to Mega Brawl 4 is on the line here tonight. The number 2 seed Miami Assassins will battle the number 3 seed Las Vegas Hustle with, again, a trip to the championship on the line. You see the latest playoff bracket. Philadelphia punching its ticket to Mega Brawl 4, back-to-back championship appearances for the top-seeded Smoke, and they await the winner of tonight's matchup between Miami and Las Vegas. We welcome you inside our TBL studios, everybody. Glad to have you with us, along with the Hall of Famer Dave Bontempo. I'm Justin Shackle. You have the 2 seed against the 3 seed for the right to meet up with the 1 seed in Mega Brawl 4. And Dave, with Vegas and Miami, they seldom know what it's like to lose. This should be a very exciting event tonight.
There is something special in the air tonight. Both these teams saw Philadelphia dismantle San Antonio 26-8. They know Philly is there. They want to get into the Mega Brawl and into the heads of the team they will be trash talking with in a couple hours. Now, for Vegas, they're trying to build on magic. Let's look at some of the key players who helped them come back from a 6-0 deficit to L.A. Julie Gallegos with the big bomb at the end of her match with Lizette Lopez made you think the comeback was possible. Rainier Salgado has been on a 9-0 tear for this team and also helped them get closer. And in the money rounds, it was Osvel Caballero dropping the 2-punch TNT and the celebration as Vegas won it by 1 point to get here. They face a Miami team that is stacked, and Samantha Ginnathan has been a source of power all year long, making them formidable. Darius Jackson has been 8-4. Yosdel Napoli's 15-1. On an 8-0 tear, a breath of fresh air all year long. And then late in the year came King Kong, the lightning bolt, who has 3 knockouts, and knockouts are gold in the Team Boxing League.
And the former title challenger, Luis Ortiz, going over the top rope. Well, he's going to be in our round to watch, the launch round phase. Round number 8, you have Ortiz, you have Vegas's Kai Brooks, 2 big heavyweights, both listed at 6'4". There's knockout potential right there, but keep in mind, Luis Ortiz has to fight in a second round later on in the evening. That's pretty big right there.
Yes, it is. And this first matchup is really crucial because he's got the style that has beaten his opponent before. He's got the 3 knockdowns. And, of course, Kai Brooks, remember, he was the 8-point man one night. He was the king of the hill until the king came along. So
you have Miami and Vegas tussling in a neutral site, the semifinal matchup at Weekapaw Resort Casino over in Phoenix. Let's welcome in the 3rd member of our broadcast team. It's Gina Lucille. And Gina, it is win or go home for both of these winning teams. Again, they rarely lose, so I feel like each coach probably feels like this could come down to one singular moment tonight.
Absolutely, and as you guys said, this is the final night of the semifinals, and we have world-class coaches in each corner with Dewey Cooper and Herman Caicedo. And look, these guys are expressing their concerns and know how important discipline is going to play in tonight.
I'm a little nervous about this one, but I guess the nerves are good. I'm normally not nervous. I don't know why, but we got the Cubans fighting one another. These guys grew up together in many cases. Tonight's going to be a real fight, and we feel that Las Vegas will somehow get it done like we did in Los Angeles about 3 weeks ago.
Well, I think keep doing what we've been doing. As far as each individual fighter in the ring is not make the small mistakes that in a one-round fight can be just, that's it, you know, you lost it, can't make it up in the next round or nothing like that. But pretty much that, just keep doing what we're doing and stay focused and disciplined for 3 minutes at a time, round by round.
Both coaches showing a lot of respect for each teams, and that just has to show you how stacked Team Boxing League's talent really is. Back to you.
Gina, thanks so much. We look forward to talking to you later on throughout the night. Dewey Cooper mentioning the Cuban flavor in this semifinal showdown. 10 of the 24 rounds, it'll be Cuban versus Cuban. Miami against Las Vegas with the right to go to the Mega Brawl 4. Vie for the TBL Championship. We'll have the lunch rounds when we come back. Stay with us. Bright and sunny at Camelback Mountain in the desert as we get set for Team Boxing League semifinals. TBL brought to you by Balance of Nature. In boxing, consistency beats intensity. Balance of Nature supplements, they help you stay consistent with ingredients of whole foods you can easily slot into your daily routine. Go to balanceofnature.com, use code TEAM, and start today. We are about to start our semifinal showdown between Miami and Las Vegas. Alyssa and Zari, the TBL bell is on hand for us as the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed will battle for the right to go to Mega Brawl 4 next weekend. Well, let's get the action started with Ray Flores.
Welcome to the next chapter of non-stop high-impact action. This is Team of Boxing League, where every round is the last round, and every fighter leaves it all inside the ring. Each moment of TBL season airs live on MSG Networks, Envoy TV, with Spanish language coverage available on Estrella TV. Welcome to the Wicopa Casino Resort here in Fort McDowell, Arizona, for tonight's TBL Season 4 semifinal clash between the Las Vegas Hustle and the Miami Assassins. We would like to extend our sincere appreciation to Steve Newport and the Yakima Nation Athletic Commission, Wicopa Casino Resort General Manager Harold Bogus, along with our fine sponsors, Climax Moonshine, Buyer number 32, Balance of Nature, Serenity Springs Recovery Center, and HotelPlanner.com for helping to make tonight's event possible. Your referees in the charge of the action all evening long will be Ryan Brugman, Joel Scobie, and Tymon Dean. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the number 3 seed, the Las Vegas Hustle.
Las Vegas being led out by their 2 coaches, David Hayes and Dewey Cooper, combined 8-1 when you take a look at the regular season and Vegas's quarterfinal victory over Los Angeles, a 15-14 win. Something to note here, Dave. Vegas plays a lot of events very tight.
They do, and they were down 6 and came back from that, and that's probably about as far as you can be behind and get back there in time. And it was an exhilarating finish for them. It's been that kind of a year. Very tight matches indeed.
The Las Vegas Hustle are led by their esteemed trainers, coaches, Dewey Cooper and Big D David Hayes. Here is the starting lineup for Las Vegas. Bantamweight, Aniela Lopez. 2016 Olympic bronze medalist and 2-time World Games champion, Joannis Argilagos. Lightweight, Julia Gallegos. Lightweight, Ellen Medina. Welterweight, Reiner Salgado. Super welterweight, Gislan Gainza. Middleweight, Artriel Holmes Jr. Heavyweight, Kai Brooks. Former Pan American Games, also World Series of Boxing, and multi-time Cuban national champion lightweight, Osbel Caballero. Super lightweight, Joanna Numeru. 4-time Cuban national champion, welterweight, Darian Castro. Light heavyweight, Yochela Martinez. Cruiserweight, Luis Portuondo Cala. And heavyweight, Jairek Ruiz. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Las Vegas Hustle. And now please welcome the number 2 seed, Miami Assassins.
You know, that 73-point differential is the tops in the league, and they got David Ortiz right around the time just after the loss to Philadelphia. So this is a team that believes it is destined and has been fighting that way.
A team that records knockdowns, stoppages. They know how to get the extra points. And boy, what a treat this will be if you are a fan of the Cuban style of the sweet science.
No surprise that where most of the Cuban fighters ended up, those teams went very far.
Only one can emerge and punch their ticket to the championship round. You can see by the demeanor, there's good energy in the corral of the Miami Assassins, the league's number 2 seed.
The Miami Assassins are led by their renowned trainer, the one and only Herman Caicedo. Here is the starting lineup for Miami. Bantamweight, Taylor Robertson. Featherweight, Victor Abreu. Featherweight, Samantha Sosa. Former 2012 Olympian and WBA IBO featherweight champion, lightweight Claudio the Matrix Marrero. Welterweight Estudi the Puma Suero. Super welterweight Yoelis Molina. Middleweight Giovanni El Rayo Estela. Former WBA interim heavyweight champion and 2-time world heavyweight title challenger, Luis King Kong Ortiz. Featherweight Samantha Ginathan. Lightweight the hard-hitting Yustiel Napoles. Super lightweight Sofia Ferretti. Haitian Olympian welterweight Darius the Hawk Jackson. Super middleweight Yusmel the Magician Ruiz. Light heavyweight Isaac Carpanel. Two-time light heavyweight title challenger Uneski the Monster Gonzalez. And heavyweight Danny Oborlo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you all please rise if you're able to, as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem being performed tonight by renowned vocalist Elisa.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Elisa with the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the launch rounds between the Las Vegas Hustle and Miami Assassins. Round one at bantamweight. Las Vegas Aniela Lopez, Miami Taylor Robertson.
Each of these teams entering the evening with just one loss on their ledger in 2026. And that common team, the Philadelphia Smoke, who will await the winner of this one tonight to see who will make up the full matchup for next Sunday's Mega Brawl 4 to decide the TBL championship this season.
And this is an intriguing opener because Taylor Robertson has come up just short in the last couple efforts, and one reason is right there. The punches have been wide. If she can tighten up a little bit, she can take advantage of the height and reach that she's had, because she's fought well and come up just a little bit short. And Lopez had Elaine Monduano in trouble and then was suddenly stopped. So there is all types of potential in this opener.
Lopez and Robertson will be going for 2 rounds.
And you get a look at, in microcosm stylistically, of what these last couple of fights have been for Robertson. She does all the legwork here, pressing, and
we'll see if that's ruled a knockdown, and that is going to be counted as a knockdown. Wow. The referee, Timon Dean, giving the 10 count to Taylor Robertson.
Well, that potential for power has already shown itself here, halfway through round one.
So Aniela Lopez, who is competing with Phoenix and now joining Vegas for the semifinals the rest of the postseason. Here at 118 pounds, scoring some extra points in the leadoff spot of this semifinal matchup.
Underscores that earlier point that she does all the hard work getting in, but then gets caught, doesn't get the full reward. Trying to even up the knockdowns, can't do it there. But just one moment or one little thing is holding her back.
You know, Robertson contested that she may have been pushed down or slipped, and she was just kind of trying to return the favor right there against Lopez, maybe in a way to spite Timon Dean. Obviously, she does not agree with his decision to rule that a knockdown earlier in the round.
It's interesting. She kept right on coming forward.
Oh,
down she goes again.
Clear as day. Aniela Lopez. And Robertson could be out. She can't get to her feet. Oh, what a shot by Aniela Lopez. And the Las Vegas Hustle, they come storming out of the gate, up 4-0.
Well, talking about how Robertson comes in, as you see the sudden celebration, how she comes in with the hands wide. Okay, remember, she does all the hard work but doesn't get the pay. That's the first knockdown as she was hit, and then a combination of a couple of things. And then this one made that one moot because it's a knockout all by itself. And again, she came forward the whole round, and she ended up on her back. So credit the opportunism of Aniela Lopez. And we talked about power potential. We saw it there. Well, for the second night in a row, Justin, we've seen one-punch knockouts from the women. Stacia Suttles last night.
A peach of a right hand from Aniela Lopez. My goodness. What a start.
I mean, for a team that was down 6-0 against LA to get out this far is great for them.
And 2 minutes 41 seconds of round one by knockout. 4 points going to the Las Vegas Hustles. Aniela Lopez. Our next round is brought to you by Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. At featherweight, Las Vegas, Joannis Argilagos. Miami, Victor Abreu.
Victor Abreu will try and find a way to start chipping away at this early 4-0 deficit. You see Joannis Argilagos, 6-8 to begin his TBL career, a TBL rookie this season, who lost to Sean Brewer of Los Angeles in his lone round in the quarterfinals. He and Abreu scheduled for 2 rounds tonight.
It's one thing to say, okay, this is a sport where you need your composure, but this is emotion, and that last event changed the adrenaline of both fighters coming in here. It's elevated the energy in the building and also on the corrals.
We saw a very confident and composed ring walk for this Miami team compared to Las Vegas, who was a bit more energetic, a bit more chippy walking down the aisle. But it's the Vegas Hustle who have that early 4-0 lead, and now Miami will try and chip away. The right hand landed by Victor Abreu. A 27-14 career fighter in Team Boxing League. He's able to beat Ray Robinson in the quarterfinals.
He's been a steady force for this team all year, and one of the fighters that doesn't get the same headlines as the fighters we mentioned at the top of the show. And every team needs a number of fighters like Victor Abreu, that layer underneath of solid consistency.
And Dave, this is the first of 10 rounds we are going to see tonight that features a Cuban fighter versus a Cuban fighter. And we're seeing part of what makes the Cuban style: speed, good footwork, and it's coming from both sides here.
And it's coming from 2 righties, which is a little unusual in the Cuban aspect there too, because of all the great Cuban lefties and the Cuban trainers, and now we get a little bit of the mixture of styles. So yeah, we're seeing fighters that really know how to fight at high level and under pressure.
Under a minute to go in the second round. Argilagos for Vegas, actually a Cuban who lives in the Miami area, in Doral. heard Dewey Cooper talk about it before we got underway. A lot of these fighters know each other from their youth, from their amateur days. The Cuban national boxing scene has always been a hot one, a prolific team in Cuba.
Probably the only set of fighters that don't even have to look at highlights. They know everybody, and they know the gyms, and they know, from being in the circuit. You see, Brio is the one trying to be the stalker. And you look at it, it's over already. They were doing so well. Three minutes goes by fast when you're looking at two fundamentally good fighters who can negate one another. Abreu had some of the better moments with these right hands, and he had a good finish. And let's see if that's enough to put Miami on the board.
TBL fans, the winner of round 2 by way of unanimous decision. From Miami, Victor Abreu. Round 3 at featherweight, Las Vegas, Julie Gallegos. Miami, Samantha Sosa.
Samantha Sosa, Julie Gallegos. The first of 2 rounds scheduled between these two women here tonight.
So we're seeing the Houston hit woman as the Gallegos came over from the Houston team in that pool of players available from
Gallegos
non-playoff
lands
teams.
a good left hook.
Scored the knockdown in the last fight that helped spark this comeback.
And Gallegos continuing to connect. Connecting upstairs, Sosa coming back with that jab. It's always been a strong suit of hers throughout this season. And how about that combo? Got a 3-piece right there from Samantha Sosa.
Against a very aggressive Gallegos, who is helping open this up into a firefight.
Another right hand coming through from Sosa.
Yeah, the styles of this fighter, they're going for power, not jabbing in, and so we're seeing some pleasing shots get home.
And limited defense. But we'll take it.
Yeah, we will.
This could turn into a serious fight right here. And just mind you, this is a 126-pound contest. Samantha Sosa is fighting up in weight. She usually does compete at bantamweight, and she eats a clean left hook right to the chin from Julie Gallegos. And another right hand. Sosa goes down. Looked like it could have been only a matter of time. Gallegos with excellent precision here in the third. And now we have to see if Sosa is on steady legs.
A lot of time.
I don't know, Dave. Sosa, she looks like she could go here.
Yeah, this looks like an excellent 4-point opportunity here for...
Oh, my goodness. Down she goes again. Gallegos coming up huge in round 3.
It's already 3 points and a minute to get the last one. And that's if the referee allows the fight to continue, which she does, but she's got tons of time.
Already 3 points in the bag. Can she go for the close? Another combination. The right hand lands yet again from Gallegos. She's in a world of hurt. Sosa, I don't know if she's going to hang on. She won't. Referee steps in. Oh, what a start for Las Vegas tonight.
They're loving this at the corral as the Houston hit woman has come on and made a huge contribution to this team. The knockdown in the last fight that helped spark the comeback, and here to help pad the team's lead, a terrific right hand. Yeah, we've seen the aggression from her piggyback off the last fight. So she comes in here almost with a knowing sense that she's going to do this tonight. And that right now is the playoff move of the year for Vegas to get her. 6 points in the playoffs already.
and 8 points in the first 3 rounds for Vegas.
Referee in charge, Taimandine waves off the round at 2 minutes and 22 seconds for your winner by TKO. 4 points going to Las Vegas Hustle's Julia Gallegos. Tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters fuel with clean carbs and real ingredients, and now you can too. Grab their new guiltless snacks and get 35% off right now with code TEAM at balanceofnature.com. Round 4 at lightweight. Las Vegas, Alan Medina. Miami, Claudio Marrero.
We are 3 rounds in, and it is a 7-point lead for Las Vegas, Dave.
And Las Vegas, having been down 6 at the beginning against LA, over this time that has made up 13 points. It's at the end of that one, actually 14 points. Yeah. Great start.
Round 4, Claudio Moreno and Alan Medina, but again, 8 points early on for Las Vegas. And we're going to see in round 7, Giovanni Estella try and help Miami, try and chip away at this deficit. He's standing by right now ringside with Gina Lucille. Gina?
Yes, guys, we are here with Giovanni Estella. You've got to talk about how important these launch rounds are and the sense of urgency right now.
Yeah, we have a sense of urgency right now. We got 2 stoppages with 2 of the girls, but we have a lot of heavy hitters that are coming up. We have Luis Ortiz, we have Josdiel Nápoles that almost leads the TBL in points, and we got myself. We're very confident still with our team. We got a lot of heavy hitters that are going up, and we know we'll get the points back.
You are a crucial member of this team. You are known to be a heavy hitter. Now let's talk about Holmes a little bit because he likes to move and he moves very fast. So how do you plan on slowing him down?
My plan is to figure out the range, because I see the guy's a little taller than me. Figure out the range, figure out the timing of the punches, and assert my pressure. Assert my pressure. I have to be dominant. I have to win the round. If the knockout comes, the knockout comes. If it doesn't, I want to win the round.
Thank you so much. We're wishing you the best of luck. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Giovanni Estella. Ardriel Holmes, single round fighters coming up in round 7. And look, it's still very early, Dave. I think Estella's adopted the right mindset here. We talked about it. Okay, yeah, 7-point deficit, that's a lot, but you can't look at it like that.
Early on, you've seen that you know, championship teams can come from behind to do that, especially at this level. So you chop it. You say, well, maybe we can get it to 4 or 5 by the end of the launch rounds. What if we could get it to 2 by the money rounds? You just try to get some momentum to start with, like stop the bleeding and then start climbing. But easier said than done.
Yeah, it's easy for us to say here at this desk. But conventional wisdom would suggest just try and cut it in half and then move it from there. Good right hand on the back foot from Medina.
Start with a string of wins, put a couple together and try to build.
Looks like Medina has some blood flowing from his right eye to a cut right underneath his eye. And he angles out nicely and delivers a left hand.
He was all out to hold on for LA, for Vegas at the end of the fight with LA to preserve the 1-point
That's right.
victory. The final seconds hanging on. So, you know, he could use a more assertive mindset here, but you know, he hasn't really been able to get as close to his Miami opponent and gets rocked there.
Landing a bit with that right hand. These are 2 TBL veterans fighting to the bell. They fought once last year. Marrero came out on top. And we'll see what the judges have to say here. They take a look at a cut that opened up right on the right cheek of Alan Medina. He is not scheduled for another round.
TBL fans, the winner of round 4 by way of unanimous decision. From Miami, Claudio Marrero.
Claudio Marrero picks up the win for the Miami Assassins, but a whole lot of work to do thanks to 2 stoppages by a pair of Las Vegas lower weight fighters. Aniela Lopez, Julie Gallegos has the hustle up big through 4 rounds. Beautiful sunset on Salt River in the valley. Here at Wicopah Resort Casino, we are midway through the launch round. 8-2 Las Vegas. Let's get set for round 5 and go back to Ray.
Round 5 at welterweight, Las Vegas, Reiner Salgado. Miami, Estudio Suero.
Two welterweights going at it. Reiner Salgado, Estudio Suero. This is Cuba versus the DR. Suero, a 26-year-old Dominican fighter who ironically lives in Vegas. And for Salgado, he has had a very nice 2026, 10-1 season thus far. He's won 9 in a row.
Yeah, he's been on a real tear. Excellent southpaw fighter. Stylistic, enough power to keep you honest that you can't come right at him, and good footwork too. We'll see Suero trying to nail him with the right hand lead. Watch him try to move over and try to cut him off.
Suero's won 4 in a row, 5 of his last 6. And both fighters big time active. You talk about active, you talk about accurate. How about Suero right there?
And how about that lead right hand? There it was against the style. Opened up, and he's got a major chance for 4.
And he is amped up. The straight right hand delivers the left hook. Estudio Suero trying to come up big for his team here, down by 6. How about the start of this semifinal battle between Miami and Vegas?
Well, this has been a bombs away spectacular. All terrific knockdowns, and here against high-level fighters. But the style was everything. That right hand lead against the lefty. When you take advantage of it, well, he took advantage of it with power.
Keep this in mind. Reiner Salgado scheduled to fight again in round 18 as he eats another straight shot right and another right hook from Suero.
This is one, as a veteran, you'd like to hang on and try to preserve this for the team aspect if you can. But right now, with Salgado not doing that, it opens up the chance for Suero to continue to swing for the fences.
We rarely see such a successful TBL fighter in the form of Salgado have no answer for a single punch in the form of Suero's right hand. But that's the case right now in the 5th round of this semifinal matchup.
He rocked him, for sure it rocked him, but we're maybe a little surprised is no tying up, no trying to minimize the damage and buy some time, so he's still a target.
15 seconds to go. Suero trying to time that right hand once again, and he has made Reiner Salgado look pretty ordinary in this 5th round. Wow.
Yeah, the quick movement, the nuance. One key was getting into position, and then one was delivering the cargo. And when we take a look at how that happened, you'll probably get to see both elements of that come into play. Against the lefty, you want to cut off the ring a little bit as he does, and then boom, the right hand. He was moving closer, got right into the range of that. See, set it up, boom. That's how you got it done. The footwork, and then the right hand gets in. Beautifully done. And then he continued to try to put the pressure on. He was going for 4. He got 2, but this was TNT.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 5 by way of unanimous decision. 2 points going to the Miami Assassins. Estudio Suero.
And we will see Estudio Suero again later tonight.
Super welterweight, brought to you by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. For Las Vegas, Dislan Robo Gainsa. Miami, Yoelis Molina.
There's Dislan Gainza. There's Yoelis Molina. They're competing here at super welterweight. But again, two Cuban fighters going at it.
Now we see the standard lefty against lefty. And this is against the backdrop of the corrals that are so charged up by the power displays. Very easy to get caught up into that no matter when you are fighting and to join that energy pool.
And Dave, just going back to that Suero knockdown, picking up the 2 points. What has Miami already done? They've cut the deficit in half.
Yes, and we're still well inside the end of the launch round. So they've done that. And you know, if you get it to 2 points, you really feel like you're right there.
Yoelis Molina, 13-1. He's won 11 in a row. Beat Amin Mitchell twice in the quarterfinals. These are 2 young Cuban fighters, both in their early 20s.
Maintaining their stylistic loyalty to what got them here. Jab first. Only take a chance with a power shot if you've set it up properly. If not, be content with the jab.
And credit Gainza. He had a big step-up performance in Vegas. His quarterfinals win over LA. He picked up 2 victories, including one over Angel Munoz, who he'd lost to on 3 different occasions. Both of these fighters originally from Guantanamo. Combo being put together by Yoelis Molina. A little over a minute to go in the 6th round.
Because with this style, it will come down to execution and maybe one little burst that the judges remember and like. I jab, you jab, mirror image style.
Yeah, this is the Spider-Man meme in boxing, right here.
Yeah.
2 Cuban southpaws, both in their early 20s. Similar fight style profiles.
And neither one, to this point, really wants to go outside that comfort zone to gamble, because this is the style that brought them here.
Looks like Gainza got tagged with a left hook. Didn't carry too much damage, but it did land cleanly.
And Molina with his best sustained burst in the last 25 seconds, and that could be very significant as far as how the judges look at this.
He's moving the hands. Gainza did a good job moving his head, but some of those shots did land, so they scored.
And in the last burst there, he was able to put them in sequence. So if he wins, that will be how. Each one there and then comes in. Gainza was doing well at a distance, but here, after this punch is where he made it look like Gainza was on the defensive. But this is one montage inside of 3 minutes. What do the judges think of the whole body?
The winner of round 6 by way of unanimous decision. From Miami, Yoelis Molina. Round 7 at middleweight. Las Vegas, Ardrell Holmes Jr. Miami, Giovanni Estella.
Giovanni Estella, who you heard with Gina a little while ago, he said that he is going to try and figure out the range early on from a very tall, lanky 160-pounder on Ardrell Holmes. And now it is just an 8-5 Las Vegas lead, and you could definitely feel the momentum slowly starting to fade away from Las Vegas. Maybe not go all the way into the corner of Miami, but fade away from the hustle.
The early burst, and here's Estella saying, you know, we have all of our heavy hitters, including myself, left, as you see where he is on there. And you know, a championship team that has done this and is losing 8-5 actually thinks it's winning the fight.
See Holmes in the black trunks, a 74.5-inch reach for a 160-pounder.
So when you do the math, you're coming behind. Well, 3 get you in, you know, inside of 1 knockout. A knockout, you're in the lead. You get it down to 2. You feel like you're practically in toss-up territory.
And coming up next, we have our round to watch. Luis Ortiz, who has 4 wins, 3 coming by way of stoppage in TBL against Kai Brooks.
Ooh, good left hand got in on Estella.
Holmes trying to keep the distance with that rangy jab. Ryan Bregman breaking it up, but again, Estella fearless as he tries to get into the pocket with Ardrell Holmes Jr.
Estella's had a nice season since coming over from New York. He was a great off-season acquisition for Miami, a team that continued to build piece by piece.
Estella captured the Mega Brawl Championship with the NYC Attitude last year. But he makes his home in Florida, so here he is with the Miami Assassins in 2026. Comes up empty with that right hand.
Miami and San Antonio are the teams that have come the furthest since last year. And Miami has done the best of anybody.
Just breaking into a close range fight. With Holmes getting the best of Estella. Landed another quality left hand before they got up close. Final seconds of the 7th round. And Dave, barring anything electric over the last few seconds here, the 2 best punches of the round did come from Holmes. Came from the same side with that left hand.
Yep, he did get those in. A couple came big left hand also from a distance, and Estella was pressuring him, but did not always get the result. That was a big, visible left hand that the judges might remember. So he was very good at pot-shotting, was Holmes, in this fight against an aggressive Estella.
TBL fans, the winner of round 7 by way of split decision from Las Vegas, Ardrell Holmes Jr.
It's an important get for
Our
Vegas.
final launch round will be in the heavyweight division. From Las Vegas, Kai Brooks. From Miami, Luis Ortiz.
Well, this is our round to watch, the 8th and final round of the launch rounds. And it has been very exciting so far to start this semifinal event. Vegas jumping out to an 8-1 lead thanks to 2 stoppages over the first 3 rounds, but Miami's chipped away here, and now they trail by 4 as Luis Ortiz, we know he has the knockout power in his hands, and he's got a smile on his face right now as he just staves off Kai Brooks to start this one off.
Yeah, Brooks at the top of the standings. Ortiz has gotten his 9 points in 5 fights, 3 knockouts, and this is the style that gave Brooks some trouble. Tavoris Veen, a left-handed, big overhand left-hand shot. So that is one thing that has been a disadvantage for him. And we saw Ortiz bounce back from his only loss, getting a knockdown 10 seconds into his next fight, and then scoring 4 pointers.
And Dave, this is a very dangerous start for Kai Brooks, just based on his approach, because every time he comes launching in, he's leaving his head open, and sometimes he's leaning forward with his head.
Yeah, and right into the path of that shot that Veen hurt him with, that big left hand. And you see the Ortiz is trying to get jab, jab, and then throw the left hand hammer.
To the 47-year-old Luis Ortiz, the power, obviously the last thing to go. He has plenty of it in his boxing career.
Brooks was waiting for. He's on the ropes. You're saying, why? Why linger there? Well, he tried to move off of the ropes there, and it didn't quite work out, but it showed where his thinking was. But now he's in there again, and Ortiz is walking him down.
The jab lands from Ortiz, not much after. Under a minute to go in the 8th round. Referee warning them for potential head clashes. It's the movement right there. If Ortiz is somehow able to time it, it could just be bad news for Kai Brooks. But look at Brooks. Getting the right hand in, upstairs, then goes back to the body. He's certainly the faster fighter than Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, he survived a few moments of just being a target. And, you know, using his legs is a good weapon against Ortiz. Try to stay away from that power hand. Try to get Ortiz to lunge. He did do that in the corner. And you see him trying to force Ortiz into a mistake and then go at him. Question is, these cat and mouse moves, he did a couple, but not many.
And now he's caught against the ropes. Ortiz did get a left hand in there near the end, but it wasn't too effective. That style, that approach, although being dangerous, it did leave Kai Brooks making this a close round, and dare I say, a round he possibly could have taken away from Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, I think if he did a little more, he might have. We'll see how the judges have it. Here he's getting hit with some big shots. He figured out about halfway through a particular style that would help him, and that was it. Be elusive first, because when you're off the ropes, it's hard to look effective to the judges. He did try some moves off of there, trying to use Ortiz's aggression against him.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 8 by way of unanimous decision, from the Las Vegas Hustle, Kai Brooks.
And you did dare say he gets it.
It's a big win.
At the end of the launch rounds, Las Vegas leads Miami 10-5. Ladies and gentlemen, every moment of
So it's a great start for the Las Vegas Hustle. Knockout power right away, and then some timely decisions to make sure that the launch rounds are prosperous. Well, what's coming up on TBL straight ahead? Justin has it for you.
Dave, thanks so much. We decide the final piece of the puzzle here tonight. Which team will meet up in Mega Brawl 4 with the top seed Philadelphia Smoke? August 30th, we will determine the next Team Boxing League champion. Will it be Philadelphia, or will one of these teams we're seeing tonight upset the top seed? We begin to close the doors on another exciting season. 2 teams, 1 champion, only on Team Boxing League, where every round is the last round.
Downtown Phoenix on a Saturday night. Semifinal action here in the Team Boxing League postseason. A trip to the championship on the line in Las Vegas. Up 10-5 through the launch round phase. We're getting ready for the middle rounds as we welcome you back inside our studios. Justin and Dave with you. Yes, we saw some explosion in the very beginning of these rounds, some stoppages, but I tell you what, Dave, there was also some very impressive and valuable one-point victories for Vegas near the end of the launch rounds.
And that preserved the bombs that they threw earlier. So they had the great start to get it going, a huge lead, and just as Miami's making a big move, they can make a second run and have a nice, healthy lead after the launch rounds.
But hey, let's look at those stoppages, right?
Yes.
We like to see those, yeah. Round number 1. Aniela Lopez, Taylor Robertson, two 118-pounders starting it off. And how about Lopez joining this Vegas team? Yes, she recorded the knockdown there, but that was, without a doubt, a one-hit quit.
Yeah, because Robertson had been doing all the work, and the opponent gets the punch line because she'd been moving straight forward and coming in without the protection. But that would be the great start. And then the Houston hit woman, Julie Gallegos, who came over from Houston on this team. Boom! Second big fight for her, a two-pointer in the last fight. The one-punch bomb here setting up everything. And she's been a different fighter these last two.
And she cleaned out Sosa, dropped her twice. Then the referee stepped in with the TKO. 4 points for Gallegos. Yeah, count them. 4 for Las Vegas, jumping out to an 8-1 lead. Miami chipping away here, and Estieri Suero with a big 2 points, putting down Ranier Salgado. Wow.
A guy who had won 9 fights in a row, so he let it be known that the train had not left the station yet, that Miami had something to say. And that's impressive to do it against the guy that hot.
All right, round to watch here in the middle rounds. Yosdiel Napoles, Osval Caballero, first 2 rounds between these 2 successful Cubans, Dave.
Well, you know what? We talked about it at the start, the 15-1 for the Miami fighter, and then for Vegas, you get the big knockdown in the last fight. So both of them coming in here with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and some great momentum. That's
coming up round number 10. We are ready to go for the middle rounds, but right now, again, a 10-5 Vegas lead. We felt after those big 2 stoppages near the middle toward the end, Miami was regaining some momentum. They cut it in half. They got it to 3. But again, I have to stress that round by Kai Brooks, he was able to win by just 1 point, even if he lost by just 1 point. Yes. I think Vegas is holding on to this momentum.
You circle that, and we're going to see that saga come out a couple times. We are going to see Miami make a run. Can Vegas hold them off? Miami will make a run. Can Vegas hold them off? I think they're going to be like that all the way through this contest.
Moments like that you want to circle back on if Vegas holds on here in the semifinals. Let's just get the middle round started here. We go back to Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the middle rounds between the Las Vegas Hustle and Miami Assassins. Now, Florencio Britos of the Las Vegas Hustle missed the allotted weight, therefore, round 9 will not be taking place. Your winner, 4 points going to the Miami Assassins, Samantha Ginnathan. Our next round is brought to you by Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Round 10 at lightweight for Las Vegas, Osval Caballero. Miami, Yosdiel Napoles.
Well, these 2 fighters enter the ring for our round to watch, but it comes a few minutes early than expected because of what we just saw with round 9. Florencio Britos unable to make weight. Samantha Ginnathan gets her hand raised, and that's an automatic 4 points for Miami. And just like that, we are back to a 1-point contest here.
Yeah, they have come all the way back with that tremendous break, so that knocks out one of the knockouts for Vegas to get this started. And now you test the emotional mettle of the teams. Napoli's at the top with the points. Essentially, you're starting over. So who can settle in and get that mindset now? Who can become comfortable?
Dare I ask, who's feeling the momentum now?
I think a lot might be decided by this fight. Who's feeling momentum? If Miami gets it, they'll be all the way back to even. And if you're Vegas, you're saying, okay, they made another run at us, we can hold them off. So there's a lot riding emotionally for these teams on this fight.
Two successful Cuban fighters. Yosdiel Napoles, 25 years of age. He beat Jeremy Hill twice in the quarterfinals. 15-1 here in 2026. Osvaldo Caballero, a mainstay with a 40-9 career record in Team Boxing League. Had 2 wins in the quarterfinals as well. Overhead right does not land, but that left hand from Napoles coming through.
Now, I could see 2 mindsets here on these teams. For Vegas, it could be, doesn't matter what they throw at us tonight. It's our night. We keep repelling them. And for Miami, it's as soon as we catch them, we're barreling by.
Caballero landing twice on the back foot moments ago.
Good left hook there by Caballero.
Been a good counterpuncher this round against the talented Yosdiel Napoles.
We so often see, and this makes sense, a fighter gets a knockdown in the last fight, comes out more aggressive, thinking that's possible the next time.
It'll be interesting to see, again with 40 seconds to go, what the judges see in this round, because when Caballero is throwing effectively, he's been very accurate. He's been able to find the home behind the glove defense of Napoles. He's countered well, like we mentioned. But it does seem like Napoles is controlling the pace of the round.
And often that is where they go.
But then again, you see that right hand sneaking in from Caballero and landing.
So if you're the counterpuncher, you need to make it seem like you've got a bit of an edge. If it's even, the perception of aggression will benefit the person being more aggressive. But here, he's landed some big shots, and this will not be an easy one on the judges. There's a lot to interpret from both sides.
And they'll meet again in round 17 to kick off the money rounds. Where will we be there by that point? Right now, a 10-9 lead for Las Vegas.
TBO fans, the winner of round 10 by way of unanimous decision. From the Miami Assassins, Yosdiel Napoles. Round 11 at super lightweight. Las Vegas, Joanna Numeru. Miami, Sofia Veretti.
Just like that, brand new ball game. Tied at 10 as Napoles comes away with a very valuable win over Osvaldo Caballero.
And if you're Miami, you think that Vegas threw away its best chance for victory. That's the mindset over there. Numeru has lost her last 2. A straight-ahead aggressive fighter who sometimes gets caught near the end of rounds and gets some of her best work undone. But she is going to be right in your face.
And she's coming forward. She's right in the face of Sofia Veretti, and she's landed a couple of right hands already. There's a good left jab that comes through the guard of Sofia Veretti. How about that? Pushing her back with that right hand.
Yeah, that's the freight train aspect of Numeru. She's had quite a trajectory in this season. Came out rocking through opponents with this style, dropped to top fighters. Ironically, against Ariel Davis might have been her finest moment, but she was outboxed. But you saw maturity coming from her, and she's been trying to ride that since.
35-year-old Bulgarian native dodging some punches from Sofia Veretti. Looks like that confidence and momentum is building within Numeru with every punch she's launching, and then also showing some quality defense here for Veretti. And it also like Nwamaru is determined to land that overhand right at some point in this round.
Yeah, she comes charging straight forward with that. And she's been in between styles, and this is part of the growing process. She's aggressive. At times, then, when she's trying to be a boxer, well, it might slow down some of the aggression, but this is where she does her best work, right
Good
in there.
combination, good lands from Joanna Nwamaru.
Now, she was on her back foot for some of that, so she would like to be coming forward fluidly to land the full effect of it, but she's done a good job getting out and getting off first.
These are two single-round fighters tonight. They want to try and make their mark in their lone 3 minutes of action. 40 seconds remain in a tie event. Now at 10-10 all.
And also two fighters going forward. The work ethic is good. I see a good arc of improvement for both.
Nwamaru slowing down just a bit in terms of punch output last 20 seconds or so.
Now, what's been different so far about this one, she hasn't been caught with anything that would take away her good work from before. That may be important when they judge this. So Nwamaru was aggressive. There were the good right hands coming in, clubbing right hands. She came on the scene as a personality earlier this year, called herself the sweet, sexy savage. And she has been very animated and excellent personality for this league. And early in the round, that was some great work by her.
TBL fans, the winner of round 11 by way of unanimous decision. From the Las Vegas hustle, Joanna Nwamaru. Champions don't just train hard, they train consistently. Balance of Nature's new Guiltless Snacks help support energy, recovery, and performance. Go to balanceofnature.com and use code TEAM for 35% off your first order. Round 12 at welterweight. Las Vegas, Darian Castro. Miami, Darius Jackson.
And now with the Las Vegas back in the lead, up by 1. You wonder, though, as we approach the midpoint of this event, the semifinal battle, are we going to be going back and forth?
We didn't know the reasons why, but we knew that Miami would make a run at Vegas, and they have to get it right there. And so now those single point rounds will be good to go around, which we think will be maybe another couple power outbursts before it's over.
Darius Jackson, 8-3 this season. 2 fighters in their early 20s. You see Jackson 22, Castro 23, a southpaw out of Cuba. Nicknamed the Untouchable for his defensive ability. He's won 9 of his last 11. And he's approaching 40 career TBL wins. Career 36-7 though.
Now that's a magic number in this league. We saw Rasheem Brown get there.
4th year of the league's existence. Castro is wrapping up his 3rd season. So you do the math, a little over 10 wins per year. Can't beat that. You'll take that on your team. You'll have a fighter serve his weight class spot any day of the week with that type of production.
And he's been unflappable. That's part of being untouchable.
How about that? Stick and go.
The right hook as your opponent is coming to you. So you show enough footwork and then just enough to pay for it. But he did touch the canvas.
Sure did, Dave.
They may not have ruled the knockdown there, but it looked like it should have been.
We should see a replay, and we'll see if we missed something that Joel Scobie saw, but it did look like a glove had the chance to hit the canvas for Darian Castro. But Darius Jackson been robbed of a knockdown there.
He's been energized in any case.
Each fighter landing several punches. This has been an entertaining round.
Well, we knew at least that part of the nickname disappeared because he was touched.
Jackson has been able to time up Castro in spurts. Less than 30 seconds to go in this 12th round.
But when you do a lot of movement, you might inadvertently walk into something just from a strange angle. And that is what happened there. But the important thing, as far as the scoring is concerned, we will get a look, but that was not ruled a knockdown.
How about Castro going back upstairs? He's just doing some body work. They're throwing fists as the bell rings here in this round. Both fighters excited. Darius Jackson, despite the no knockdown call, he feels like he's done enough.
Both corrals erupt as we've got a close match in the semifinals. Let's see from this angle. Let's see that, well, when he gets hit, let's take a look. That glove touched.
That's a knockdown.
That's a knockdown. Not called.
And the referee's right there. Whew. You see the end, but go back to the knockdown. I mean, Darius Jackson saw the glove hit. He raised his hand.
He thought he had
some time.
TBL fans, the winner of round 12 by way of split decision. From Miami, Darius Jackson.
Well, Jackson gets the victory, but he looks like he left a couple points on the board thanks to this no call. Glove hit the canvas. No knockdown call. We're tied at 11 through 12. Night sky has fallen in downtown Phoenix, and Las Vegas and Miami tied at 11 through 12 rounds. Winner will head to Mega Brawl 4. Get ready to go for a pair of super middleweights to do battle in round 13. Let's go back to Ray Flores.
Round 13 at super middleweight, Las Vegas, Diana De Pestre. Miami, Yusmel Ruiz.
Diana De Pestre, the Cuban sniper. Yusmel Ruiz, so a 27-year-old Cuban, has won 9 of his last 10 rounds. Good action between these two super middleweights. The Cuban style continues as we roll along in the middle rounds. Kai Brooks with a very impressive win in round number 8 over King Kong Ortiz for where his team was in those launch rounds, and Kai standing by with Gina Lucia.
Guys, I gotta tell you, we got Kai Brooks here, and he has jokes all night. But what he wasn't joking about was his performance in the ring tonight. Kai, how did your performance, that victory for you, really boost the morale in your team tonight?
Well, it boosted morale because we already had a coming up 4-point deficit. So every point we need, we can't afford to lose. So, hey, anything I contribute. And plus, he's the biggest name in the league right now. So, hey, I had to do it.
That was my next question for you. How does it feel for you as a fighter to go in there and beat Luis?
It makes me feel like I'm a world champion, honestly. But no, congrats to him. He's one of the baddest men I've been in the ring with. He was very tough. So I can't even talk right now, but it was just exciting. I couldn't believe I beat him, honestly.
Well, thank you so much for that amazing performance. We are here with Aniela Lopez. Look, you went in there, you got a KO victory. Absolutely beautiful. Tell me about how you feel coming out of that ring, being the first over the night.
Well, I'm just very happy to be here. It's such a blessing to be back in the ring again. I'm also happy that I was able to get that early KO for the team. And I think that I really owe myself this KO through the ups and downs throughout this season, you know, wins, loses, or anything. Like, I owed myself, and that KO just proved that we belong here.
Now, point-wise, we are currently sitting at 11-11. What do we expect from your team? You know your team better than anybody else.
Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, there's a lot of talent in this team, so we're expecting a few more, so it's not over yet for them.
Thank you so much for wishing you the best of luck. Back to you guys.
Has to be a great feeling for Aniela Lopez. She talked about it, season of peaks and valleys, and to be able to reach near the end with 4 points, getting your team the maximum allotment has to make you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, remember the fight against Monduano? She was doing real well, and suddenly got stopped, but didn't deter her. She was aggressive and got off the mark for her team.
How about Kai Brooks? We're 5 rounds removed from the 8th round. He's still wired up.
Yeah, you know what? He had to be a boxer rather than the heavy puncher against the King, and he boxed well and adjusted his style beautifully.
We're in round 13. DePestre, Ruiz. Seconds coming down. Glove did touch the ground there.
No punch,
and
though.
no punch. Which we believe in that no call in the prior round. We were discussing it off the air. Darius Jackson, it did look like a punch led to Caballero's glove touching the canvas.
And that's the key moment whenever we look back on that. And here was an example of a good no call as the gloves touch, but you know, no punch had been there.
Ruiz was quick to point that out as well to Ryan Bregman, the official.
TBL fans, the winner of round 13 by way of unanimous decision. From the Miami Assassins, Yusmel Ruiz. Our next round is brought to you by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a pace of recovery and self-discovery. Round 14 at light heavyweight. Las Vegas, your Chandler Martinez. Miami, Isaac Carbonell.
Isaac Carbonell entering the ring. In for 2 rounds here tonight. He's lost 3 in a row. And Johanler Martinez, the 27-year-old Cuban. Another all-Cuban matchup.
And he was one of the big early season bright spots for this team, breaking out with 2 wins over Jesse Hart. Tough outing against William Langston, but you see that he's in the top point getters in this league. And he got a big win in round 23 when Vegas came back to top LA. That put his team up by 2 and provided the insurance they would need.
He provided 2 wins over William Langston, who had a good season for Nashville, came on with LA to begin the postseason. So a good performance from Martinez. Good 3-punch combo from Carbonell. As Miami is working with its first lead here tonight, up 12-11.
And let's see how this team works with the lead, which is something they've had familiarity with all year long. We're seeing some excellent resilience from teams in the playoffs, with Vegas having come back from 6 to win and Miami having come back from 7 now to come all the way back and take its first lead.
Well, if you recognize the voice, you can hear Herman Caicedo, Miami's head coach, trainer, pleading for the jab from Carbonell. And up until this moment just now, he really hasn't thrown it out there.
He eats a right hand as he's thinking about getting that jab out there. And against this style, and we've seen it exploited a few times tonight, that right hand lead against the southpaw style can be a game changer if you line it up properly.
This is Cuban chess right in the middle of a boxing ring.
Yeah, and a lot of this with the right hand lead you're looking for, especially these wide angles. Watch the footwork first, because that's going to show where he gets in.
From Martinez, got it behind the guard of Carpinell.
And we've seen the big right hands land. We've seen the fighter either in the middle in front of his fighter or to the right. When you move to your left, you may not hit the same spot.
That'll do it. Two calculative Cubans here in round 14.
Martinez wanted the right against the southpaw. That's what he's trying to do. Now here you go. You want your lead foot outside the lefty. He steps inside there, gets caught, just did miss getting full leverage. Had he been over a little bit, maybe that lands flush on the jaw. And that's, remember, that's at fast speed. So you're trying to coordinate those two things.
Ladies and gentlemen,
in the blink of an eye.
Round 14 by way of unanimous decision. From Las Vegas, your Chandler Martinez. Round 15 at cruiserweight, Las Vegas, Luis Portuondo. Miami, Yuneski Gonzalez.
Well, Las Vegas had an 8-1 lead at one point in this event, and now we've already had our third tie of the night. Now notched up at 12. And here we go at cruiserweight, round 15, penultimate round in the middle round stage. Luis Portuondo and Yunieski Gonzalez for Miami. Split 2 rounds with Money Powell. Portuondo, meanwhile, beat Juan Higuera in the quarterfinals. As we get a quick refresher on the scoring format, points add up for your team. If you win by way of judge's decision, 1 point for your team. You record a knockdown, it's 2 points in the round. 2 knockdowns in the round is 3 points. And then we've seen it, you get 4 points for a knockout, a TKO, DQ, or a forfeit, in which we did see in round number 9.
We've seen every part of that graph we did here tonight. It's been a lot of single round wins, and it's also been a 4-point festival.
And for Julie Gallegos, we saw her kind of climb the ladder on the way to the 4th points.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, that was a terrific performance for her. She's been a phenomenal addition to this team.
She knocked Samantha Sosa down twice before the referee stepped in and stopped it. Yunieski Gonzalez, an imposing cruiserweight right in the grill of Luis Portuondo.
He did a good job with the jab when he fought against Money Powell. That's been a good part of the height and reach he's enjoyed.
The referee giving them plenty of time to disengage on their own. Under a minute to go in the 15th round. Right hand snuck in by Gonzalez to the body.
We've got about 40 seconds to see who's going to gamble and want this. The Ty-a-thons, they could chew 30 seconds off a round if the referee is in there enough. And then what do you do off the break? Key adjustment could be right here. You step back, try to jump in, or you retreat like they did.
right into a right hand, and Gonzalez has stumbled just a bit. Portuondo landing that flush. Might have just stunned Unieski Gonzalez. Trying to see if he's still rattled from that. More of the same. A lot of holding in this round.
We said who would be the first one to gamble, and it was Portuondo in the final moments of that round. Really challenges your composure when just tying up like that. He landed the right hand as he got Gonzalez to walk into it. Took advantage of that one moment where the guard was down. That's great anticipation and seasoning by Portuondo.
TBL fans, the winner of round 15 by way of unanimous decision. From the Las Vegas Hustle, Luis Portuondo Gala.
Vegas back in the lead.
Our final medal round will be in the heavyweight division. Las Vegas, Heinrich Ruiz. Miami, Danny Barlow.
Yeah, Danny Barlow's been an interesting story, coming over from mixed martial arts and adopting the boxing format quicker than most who've been able to come over.
This is a fighter that, if you paid attention to the quarterfinals between New York City and Philadelphia, where Barlow was competing for New York, you wanted to see more of Barlow.
Yes, yes.
He fought a very talented heavyweight in Eric Ross, who's undefeated in this league, and you wanted to see him against bigger competition here. And Ruiz is certainly a formidable opponent, possibly a step down compared to Ross. So let's see what Barlow can do.
Yeah, and what he's really matured at is the sense of harnessing all that aggression along with speed and a boxing sense. You get the uppercut there as he found the right spot to step after he got his punch in. Especially if you come from a mixed martial arts background, one round is good for you because you're used to the shorter fighters there and the pacing that is required for that.
Matched up well here. Eric Ruiz, a 6'3" southpaw, one of the better heavyweights in terms of being light on his feet. Wide left hand just misses against Barlow.
Yeah, and Ruiz was one of the more dependable fighters on this team. And we're seeing Barlow now trying to get closer before he lands his shots, and that creates a reaction from Ruiz.
A little over a minute to go in the middle rounds. We've gone back and forth. Vegas back in the lead here, up by just one. A trip to Mega Brawl 4 on the line for the right to fight for the TBL title. Big left hand coming through from Danny Barlow. Woken up Eric Ruiz.
And Ruiz ate it and spat it out. That was a terrific shot by Barlow as he was lining that up and finally got close enough to score with it.
This is a speedy pace for two heavyweights. How about this? Throwing bombs and throwing some fast bombs. 20 seconds remain. There's Ruiz coming through with a left hand. Backing up Barlow along the ropes. Eric Ruiz with a good finish to this round. That was a fun heavyweight battle.
And when you look, project some more, you really could see Danny Barlow coming down to cruiserweight in this league next year and becoming a real force. You take a look at that bomb that landed. You take that one division down, and that big bomb is going to drop somebody. This was an excellent fight. Two guys who brought their A game.
TBL fans, the winner of round 16 by way of split decision. From Las Vegas, Jairek Ruiz. At the end of the middle rounds, Las Vegas leads Miami 14-12.
Hard to disagree with a split decision, and it's Las Vegas winning. Ruiz gets the decision. Vegas picks up the last 3 rounds. We're going to the money rounds, and it's the Hustle up 14-12. Saturday night in the desert. Final 8 rounds in this semifinal matchup about to begin with Las Vegas up 14-12 over the Miami Assassins. It's been nip and tuck through these middle rounds, and now we have the final 8 rounds coming up, the money rounds, back here in our TBO studios. Justin and Dave with you. Miami did outscore Vegas in the middle round 7-4, but what have we seen? We've started to see the Hustle go back to their MO. They chip away. They do just enough to edge you out, and right now they have a slim lead.
And we said it at the end of the launch rounds. We expected Miami to make a run, Vegas to try to repel, Miami to try to make a run, and Vegas to repel. So that is what the middle rounds gave us, setting up a great finale. And we have seen multiple scenarios tonight.
Yeah, there's been a 7-point margin. Right now, it's just at 2 going into the final 8 rounds. Let's show you how we got here, starting with the launch round highlights. In the very first round, Aniello Lopez coming on for this Las Vegas team. Taylor Robertson for Miami. A knockdown ruled right there, but then that right hook just demonstrative from Aniello Lopez.
A perfectly timed explosion in the corral, setting up against an aggressive opponent, and this would start the great run that Vegas had early. And then the latest female phenom, Julie Gallegos, coming in there with a terrific right hand. And this is the person they picked up from Houston, the Houston Hit men, and she's the Houston Hit woman. What an emergence for this team, and she got Vegas off to a terrific start. It looked like a special night, but Miami would have more to say.
Gallegos recording 2 knockdowns before the referee stopped that one. Round number 5, this is where Miami picked up some big extra points. Esther Suero with a straight shot right hand over Ranier Salgado, and Suero picking up 2 valuable points as Miami chipped away. It was 10-5 Vegas going into the middle rounds. Round number 12, Darius Jackson going up against Darian Castro. And watch here, Dave, that glove, it knocked down, and it was the result of a punch, no?
Yes, yes, so it's got a chance of it. It happened split.
Again, that was not called a knockdown.
Not called a knockdown, so a point is taken away or not gained there. And they have to make those split-second calls.
Jackson does win the round via split decision. On to round 15, Luis Portuondo, Yunieski Gonzalez. And this was a very interesting match. A lot of holding, but when they were apart, they were landing some blows.
And the last one by Portuondo is what may have given it to him. The short shot on the inside to break up the logjam.
And we take a look at our round to watch in the money rounds. Darian Castro, Estuary Suero. So Suero, he had a knockdown against his first opponent. You can make the argument there that Darian Castro did get knocked down against Darius Jackson. So we're going to be able to see something here when these two meet up here in this money round matchup.
Best part of that highlight I loved was the reaction of Suero to the knockdown, the celebration, but knowing what he had done for his team to get 2 points back right away. You know, in the corral, they're talking, hey, we'll chip away, we'll chip away. Well, now you get one big surge, and he understood what he had done for his team just then, and they would follow through and get all the way back. So that was a signature moment, and these are two guys who have had big seasons, and that signature moment, we'll see if it carries over.
And also, not a round to watch, but a really juicy matchup coming out right out of the gate, round 17, Caballero and Napoles. That was an enjoyable first round they had earlier in the night.
Yeah, it really was, and two guys who are coming off success, and we talked about Caballero getting the knockdown in the last fight that set his team here, and Napoles has been a force all year for this Miami team. You love at this level, top fighters now going against top fighters, and now composure is going to matter in the money rounds.
Hey, a reminder, you can cast your vote for the TBL postseason awards. Scan the QR code on your screen. You can vote right now. Winners will be declared at the TBL All-Star competition coming up on September the 6th. Ready to go for the money rounds. Final 8 rounds on the way to a ticket to be punched to Mega Brawl 4. Let's go to Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the money rounds between the Las Vegas Hustle and Miami Assassins. Round 17 at lightweight, Las Vegas, Osvela Caballero, Miami, Yustiela Napoles.
Two dependable 135-pounders for their respective teams. They're going to try and get these money rounds off on the right foot for their respective teams. Las Vegas 14, Miami 12. 3 ties, 2 lead changes tonight, all after Vegas had an 8-1 lead through 3 rounds.
And now the mental jockey. So you're Vegas saying, okay, there are 8 fights to go. If we could stretch this to 4 and then avoid a big bomb, it's going to be our night. So the positioning early in the money rounds will be critical in determining how they fight down the stretch.
Right hand from Caballero, who again does such a good job launching the fists while on the back foot.
And he's been famous as a fighter who closes. Doesn't always come out of the gate that fast, but we're seeing a little bit more gate speed from him tonight. Even if it's foot speed, to make sure he doesn't get hit.
I would love to see a league poll taken where other fighters are asked, who's the best back foot fighter in the league? I have to imagine Caballero is going to be the answer from several fighters.
Yeah, he takes a certain element and can bring it into play and master it. And this is the perfect format to do that. You can try to get shots in quickly and work inside of 3 minutes. Now, see, we're seeing him in the stalk mode that we often see in the second half of the fights for him. But Napoles is an accomplished professional and goes right at it.
Each fighter getting a single land on one another. And some Cuban showmanship now taking place in the middle of the ring. Each fighter jawing at one another.
Well, these are exceptional, high-skilled athletes here. Pouring it all out, and a little bit of charisma as well. You know, pressure aside, the fighters up and down this league do appreciate their time in front of the camera and their chance to perform for an audience.
Good fade from Napoles. These two are fun to watch. Wow.
Yeah, and they're smiling too, even as they approach each other.
They chop it up with each miss.
You want to win, but the show is the dough. They had a good time in there, and along the way, they had an impact on the scoring. Now, Caballero was more aggressive in many parts, but here Napoles just ignoring the theatrics and trying to come in and do his work. But the best actor of the award goes to him. I mean, we're putting the awards up. There's some good showmanship there. Most entertaining fight.
TBL fans, the winner of round 17 by way of unanimous decision. From Miami, Napoles.
Well, the smiles ended there for Osvaldo Caballero, quickly exiting the ring. And Yosdiel Napoles relishing his victory.
Is brought to you by Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Rainiero Salgado of the Las Vegas Hustle has been deemed unable to continue. Therefore, it is a medical forfeit. The previous round, number 5, changes from a 2-0 to a 4-0 win for Esturi Suero. Round 18 will now feature lightweights. For Las Vegas, Alan Medina. For Miami, Claudio Marrero.
So here is Claudio Marrero and Alan Medina taking place in round 18.
Miami has feasted on these two medical forfeits now at 6 points, and out to a 15-14 lead. They get it back.
So Miami has the lead, up 15-14. Chance to add on.
Can Las Vegas repel this latest charge, or will Miami get its biggest lead, which it would with a victory here? Marrero has been pretty aggressive in here.
Guerrero came away with a win via unanimous decision in the 4th round.
Basically, he's had Medina backing up, trying to burst out of the countering realm, but Marrero is the aggressive fighter getting off first. We've seen him get some key wins for this team. Going back against Atlanta, he got a very good one the first time out and extended the lead in the money rounds. He's been a good money rounds fighter and dependable for this team.
Well, if you recall back to round 4, there was a cut on the cheek of Medina, and it looks like it's opened up again. but also can't tell if it's blood from that cut of Medina or if it's another cut that Marrero has of his own on the right side of his face, right there. There you see it. He might have a cut, and you wonder if that came from a punch or a head clash.
And you also wonder about the impact on him should his team get into the Mega Brawl, how that will affect him. Good shell view, so.
Also, look, a week away, Medina's cut not as severe really based on the spot where it's located, but still, it's just a week away. That could impact his status as well.
Yeah, yeah. And even if it's 50-50 borderline, now you have to talk your coach into letting you compete. So this is one of the hard aspects of the game.
Oh, good combo. Concentrating on the body from Claudio Marrero.
He's done the best work in this round. Let's see if the judges agree.
Both fighters taking home some souvenirs in this round. Both up for the challenge, stepping in and competing the full 3 minutes. And here's what opened this cut.
See the jab there, double jab. We don't see heads. It's been a sharp jab all night by Marrero, a slicing jab.
TBL fans, the winner of round 18 by way of unanimous decision. From the Miami Assassins, Claudio Marrero.
Well, that's a good call. He was aggressive, and they get it.
Round 19 at super welterweight. Las Vegas, Dislan, Robo Gainza. Miami, Yoelis Molina.
Yoelis Molina had a victory over Dislan Gainza back in the 6th round. And now Vegas needs to make up some points here.
They're down by a couple. Miami has a 2-point lead, burning a hole in its pocket. Biggest lead of the night, and some good fighters coming up for them.
Left hand to the body lands from Yoelis Molina. 2 early 20 Cuban fighters. Again, 10 of the 24 scheduled rounds tonight had a Cuban versus a Cuban.
And we've seen some exceptional skill in these fights. We've seen some power. We've certainly seen charisma with the body language. And we have seen a mastery of the jab, especially from the southpaw fighters.
Molina doing a terrific job moving in and flustering Gainza.
You get the sense that this is gut check time for this Vegas team as Miami is on the verge of its first possible separation in this fight.
You agree, you go up by 3, you have a little bit more breathing room. It's extremely difficult to pocket 2 points, pocket 3 points compared to 2.
It is, and also based on the nature of how this event has unfolded. Vegas had their big lead early, one additional surge to hold Miami and to get to 2. Then Miami gets the lead and may make a big move to try to put it away for good. So this is where the Gainza, one of the veterans, and these Vegas fighters now, that's why this is a crucial moment for them. They're on the verge of falling too far behind.
right hand tapping the cheek of Molina, so a land for Gainza. 20 seconds remaining in round 19. It's 16-14, Miami in front. Two teams at 8-1. Las Vegas has won 7 in a row dating back to the regular season. Miami going for a 5th straight win dating back to June 1st, and they're trying to make it 1 versus 2 with Philadelphia in the Mega Brawl.
And it's interesting that Vegas has been in the shadow of Miami all year. So it was the talk was Philly, Miami, and yeah, Vegas number 3. This is their chance to do something about it, and this was a very good start of the round for Miami, trying to get up by 3 for the first time. Then Gainza coming back. So the good early work was done by Miami. So let's see if it holds up.
TBL fans, the winner of round 19 by way of unanimous decision. From Miami, Yoelis Molina.
Biggest lead for Miami now, and 3 looks good for that team.
Our next round, if you're watching these athletes give everything in the ring, ask yourself, how can you supplement like them? Balance of Nature is offering 35% off tonight only with code TEAM at balanceofnature.com. Round 20 at middleweight, Las Vegas, Artriel Holmes Jr. Miami, Giovanni Estella.
A rematch of round 7. Holmes won by narrow split decision over Giovanni Estella. So good close matchup between 2 160-pounders.
Well, back in the beginning, being interviewed, Estella said, "Don't worry, our big fighters will get us there." And yeah, he said, "I'll be one of them." He did lose a narrow spot, but yeah, here he is again with his team up by 3, and the confidence on the Miami bench has been there.
Las Vegas surely needs Artriel Holmes Jr. to be able to replicate the type of result he had in the launch rounds. Walls, they do seem to be closing in here on this hustle squad.
Yeah, they did so much great work in the beginning and tough, gritty work in the middle rounds. And since the point score announcement, you get the sense that maybe a little air came out of that Las Vegas balloon.
You're right.
Let me know. Break clean.
They've had to deal with similar circumstances twice tonight. Once at the start of the middle rounds and then there in round number 18.
Trying to overcome
That's 6 points right there.
of special circumstances in a championship match.
Well, one with championship implications, that's for sure. Again, the winner moves to the title matchup with Philadelphia. That'll happen next Sunday. Big swing and a miss from Artriel Holmes. Comes back with the right hand on Giovanni Estella. Under a minute to go in the 20th round.
Good body shot by Estella, which he's known for.
Caught part of the body, maybe clipped the forearm as well of Artriel Holmes.
Holmes doing enough with that big looping left hand to keep Estella honest on the outside. Now he shifts into an attack mode himself. Been a good final minute here for Holmes. Let's see how that figures out into the totality of the 3 minutes.
Final seconds. That'll do it. Two close rounds tonight, fought by Giovanni Estella and Ardreel Holmes.
And that's because they both had the defense to negate the big shot. As they were loading up for it, Estella ducks inside a big shot, and then Holmes ties him up to avoid getting hit. Estella, signature shot there that on the forearm and caught part of the body and had a lot of torque on it. But because of Holmes' style, he was not able to parlay that with a follow-up shot.
We'll make this official.
TBL fans, the winner of round 20 by way of split decision. From the Miami Assassins, Giovanni Estella.
What a big point for Giovanni Estella and the Miami Assassins, opening up a 4-point lead with 4 rounds to go. When we come back, Eric Ruiz, Luis Ortiz, the heavyweights get in the ring. It's Miami 18, Las Vegas 14. Time for round 21. Here's Ray.
Round 21 at heavyweight, Las Vegas, Eric Ruiz. Miami, Luis Ortiz.
Eric Ruiz, Luis Ortiz right there trying to get a little revenge on Las Vegas after falling to Kai Brooks in round number 8. Off we go in round 21, and King Kong pressing the action.
Well, when he lost his first fight, in his last outing, he came right back and scored a knockdown 10 seconds into the next one. So he came out with resolve, and we're seeing that attempt here.
Talk about 2 Cuban heavyweights going at it, but 2 very different heavyweight styles. Ruiz displays a lot of speed. Ortiz all power, all thunder, especially now in the twilight of his career.
And
good
Ruiz
stick from Ruiz, Dave.
Sees the blueprint that Brooks was able to lay out for him to try to move and swarm and then get out. So Kai Brooks adopted the persona of a boxer against Ortiz, and that was effective. I think Ruiz will try to do the same thing.
A guy by the name of King Kong tiptoeing his way in. He's tap dancing, and you can hear it on the ring.
Yeah, tiptoeing thunder. All he has to do is get comfortable once.
Good stab left from Ortiz right to the body.
Ruiz is letting the shot from Ortiz go by him from the outside and then storm in, try to get a couple and get out of dodge and avoid as he did there, the big shot coming back.
Oh, left hand narrowly missing from Luis Ortiz. The two big heavyweights in the ring. Ortiz is only an inch taller than Ruiz, but he is outsizing Ruiz. He gets the mouthpiece back in.
Well, when they say plus
yeah,
on the 205, that's a big plus.
I mean, Eric Ruiz stands at 6'3".
And he looks like he's in a different weight class.
Makes him look like a cruiserweight.
Yeah, and he has to fight like a cruiserweight here, which he's been trying to do, moving up. You tie up, move, and you look for the angles and you look for the foot speed to try and keep that big guy away from you, but it did not work.
Right at the bell. Ruiz irate. He contends there is no way that was a knockdown, and now the referee is calling a push. Ryan Bruggeman initially ruling it a knockdown.
That's a big call.
But now a push.
Yeah, here you go. So
I don't know where the push was.
But did the shot
again
land off the shoulder? There's a push away there. That looks like a knockdown.
What caused Bruggeman to overturn that initial call?
That does look perfect from there. When you look at it, there was a punch there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 21 by way of split decision from the Miami Assassins, Luis Ortiz. Our next round is brought to you by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. At welterweight for Las Vegas, Darian Castro. Miami, Estudia Suero.
So Ortiz gets the win via split decision. Would love to know how the knockdown was overturned in the ref's eyes, but here is Darian Castro Estuary Suero. Remember, Suero recorded a knockdown over Renier Salgado way back in the launch rounds. Darian Castro fell to Darius Jackson, and it looked like he was knocked down. Looked like his glove touched the canvas. That was a no call at the time. And this is our round to watch.
So while Vegas caught some bad breaks early with some of these things, a couple things went against Miami too. And the backdrop against all this is Miami is sweeping the money range.
Five-point lead, including this round, 3 rounds to go. A trip to the championship. And a date with Philadelphia on the line. The left hand came in, the right hand followed, and a knockdown ensued. Suero on the ground getting the count.
Well, life in Las Vegas.
Darian Castro gets a knockdown in the 22nd.
Means thinking in the moment, you're thinking this is now a 3-point lead for Miami. If it holds up like this, still a long way to go.
Another left hand scores from Castro.
And does he get greedy here?
Good approach there from Castro, smothering Suero's face with that right hand, then launching the straight left. Able to parry some of these punches from Suero.
Can you drop a guy who earlier dropped somebody else on your team? And gratification there for Castro. The point's valuable for Vegas.
Gotta be careful there.
Yes, can't have a referee take one away or injure your opponent.
And the right hand sneaks in from Castro. To Darian Castro. give Las Vegas the one last jolt that it possibly needs to rally here.
Well, if you get from 5 to 3, you're inside of one stoppage that it would take in the final 2 rounds. And being that Suero hasn't looked that hurt, it's a good job to maintain the lead and the point that you got.
Well, this one looks like Cuba prevails over the DR. Darian Castro with a valuable knockdown. Suero still can't believe it.
Here's how Vegas gets closer, even as he's taking a shot. One shot gets in. What's at the elbow?
Here's another look.
Right hook.
There's
there.
a right hook. That stumbled Suero a bit.
Referee's right in front of it there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 22 by way of unanimous decision. 2 points going to the Las Vegas Hustles, Darian Castro. Our penultimate money round will be in the featherweight division. Las Vegas, Ioannis Argilagos. Miami, Victor Abreu.
2 rounds to go. 3-point match. Miami 19, Vegas 16. Abreu and Argilagos here. On deck in round 24, Yohanler Martinez for Vegas, Isaac Carbonell for Miami. Martinez won that matchup back in round 14. So a lot rests on the shoulders here of Ioannis Argilagos.
Abreu got a victory earlier tonight.
In many ways, Vegas' season hangs in the balance of this 126-pounder.
If you can get a win, you get your team within a knockdown of tying it. If you lose a decision, you need a knockout for a draw. And
yeah, just to
get all
tie.
the tiebreakers. Well,
Oh, a knockdown from Abreu!
that could be moot.
That could have been the final nail in the Cuban coffin for Ioannis Argilagos and the Las Vegas Hustle. What a big shot from Victor Abreu.
He's got time to do more.
On a night where we have seen Cuban versus Cuban round after round, that shot, it might have been the biggest from Victor Abreu. Complete opposite of what Las Vegas needed.
Well, and if it ends up like this just here, then it's mathematically impossible for Vegas. And that was a terrific right hand by Abreu. Blinding speed and terrific power.
Victor Abreu, a career 28-14 fighter in Team Boxing League. Picked up a quarterfinal win over Ray Robinson. Defeated Argilagos earlier tonight. Now he knocks him down in the 23rd round with a whole lot on the line. And may have played the role of closer for this Miami Assassins club.
And you didn't get the sense he was at any time trying to protect the lead. He was trying to close the show. Now, there are different ways to go when there are 2 rounds left. And he wanted to make it mathematically impossible for Vegas. And he's 25 seconds away from having accomplished that.
The lone blemish On the season's resume for the Miami Assassins, a 6-point defeat to Philadelphia back on May 17th. But it looks like they will have their chance at revenge against the Smoke, as Victor Abreu picks up 2 points here in round 23, and that ensures that this semifinal battle will go into the corner of the Miami Assassins.
And they'll be hosting that in Florida, so that will bring a lot of extra people out. And there was a great right hand. That was basically the one that closed the show. This is the one that put them into the finals. Great shot by Abreu. You saw how he set it up, moved, and then just caught his opponent with everything.
TBL Ben's the winner of round 23 by way of unanimous decision. 2 points going to the Miami Assassins, Victor Abreu.
Abreu netting 3 points for his team tonight.
The money round will be in the light heavyweight division. For Las Vegas, your Chandler Martinez. Miami, Isaac Carbonell.
This is just window dressing here.
Yeah, it is. It's pride. It's a probable appearance in the All-Star matchup for Martinez. His final chance to impress.
Martinez winning earlier tonight against Isaac Carbonell. And again, Miami up 21-16 as you take a look at the Assassins bench. Less than 3 minutes away from wrapping this up, making it official, going back home to South Florida, where they will be at home, like you mentioned, to take on Philadelphia. It'll be 1 versus 2. So the best against the best. The top 2 seeds meeting in the championship next Sunday.
And the playoffs have really worked out to be as structured. Chalk has done very well. LA, the biggest live dog, almost knocked off Vegas. We had 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the semis, and then we'll have 1 and 2 in the championship. But not until the number 3 team put a scare into this Miami outfit.
Las Vegas started the night with 8 points over the first 3 rounds. They had an 8-1 lead, and little by little, Miami chipped away. Some situational points going in the favor of Miami as well. That closed the gap. Bottom line, Miami just outscoring Las Vegas here in these money rounds, pulling away.
The 4-pointer in round 9 was huge because Vegas was trying to cling, and your lead goes right down from there. And you don't know if you could have got a point or only lost 1 there. I mean, they're going to go back. Las Vegas will go back, and they will find every one of these points they need when they analyze it.
Here in the money rounds, Miami has outscored Las Vegas 7-2.
And that's a definitive scenario. You have a team on the ropes, and if you just are unable to put them away, the top teams will rise up, and we've seen some real pedigree from Miami in the money rounds.
And here, if you're going to look ahead, Martinez, Carbonell, 175 pounds. Carbonell won a championship with NYC last year. Didn't fight Jesse Hart in last year's Mega Brawl. He fought Ray Robinson. You have to imagine it's going to be Carbonell and Hart at 175 pounds. You wonder if Jesse Hart is in the building right now, watching this matchup. Remember, Philadelphia. Philadelphia came away last night with the win over San Antonio in Phoenix. So you have to imagine several Smoke members are taking this match in, watching Miami in person as that wraps up round 24 and this semifinal matchup where Miami will go to Mega Brawl 4.
Yeah, we have to see some jawboning.
Handshakes and high fives. Yep.
Yeah.
for the Miami Assassins. They've won 5 in a row dating back to June 1st.
And this is a character building type of a victory too, as opposed to a front running dance, because you faced adversity and as a team you know you can do it. You fall behind 5 to a Philly, you know that you've come back from this before.
TBL fans, the winner of round 24 by way of unanimous decision. From Las Vegas, your Chandler Martinez.
Martinez wins the 24th round. And that makes the final score the Miami Assassins 21, the Las Vegas Hustle 17, and it's the Miami Assassins heading to the Mega Brawl. It'll be Miami and Philly for the TBL Championship in 2026. More to do when we come back. Reminder, Team Boxing League is brought to you by Balance of Nature. In boxing, consistency beats intensity. Balance of Nature supplements help you stay consistent with ingredients of whole foods you can easily slot into your daily routine. Go to balanceofnature.com, use code TEAM to start today.
The Mega Brawl is set. We have the Philadelphia Smoke returning to the finals once again to take on the Miami Assassins. Miami, Philadelphia. It all goes down on August 30th in Fort Lauderdale. A champion will be crowned.
There's a look at the 2026 Team Boxing League Mega Brawl Championship belt. We are set up, the 1 versus 2 matchup, Philly and Miami. Here's a look at our Balance of Nature star of the fight, brought to you by Balance of Nature. Round 23, Victor Abreu coming up huge, Dave.
Turns out the lights on this one. Terrific right hand. You know, we saw him earlier in the season rushing out of the ring after a victory to go deliver the birth of a child. And he gets a natural big spotlight here as he closes the show. It's been quite a year for Victor Abreu, and that was definitive.
Daddy Abreu with 3 points. Miami off to the championship. Let's go inside the ring with Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Weekapaw Casino Resort here in Fort McDowell, Arizona, your final score, the Miami Assassins 21, the Las Vegas Hustle 17. Miami advances to Mega Brawl 4 on Sunday, August 30th. Here are your 3 stars of the fight. Number 3 star, Las Vegas bantamweight, Daniela Lopez. Number 2 star, Miami lightweight, Claudio Marrero. Balance of Nature, number 1 star, Miami Assassins featherweight, Victor Abreu. And now round of the night, number 12, between Darian Castro and Darius Jackson.
Herman, how are you feeling tonight? Winning and going to Mega Brawl 4 in the backyard of your house.
Well, it was a hard-fought night. You know, Vegas is number 3 team for a reason. Good strategy on Dewey with his swings that he picked. Great knockouts from his girls, you know, and we were in a big hole and we had to dig ourselves out of it. But we're a resilient team. Everyone here didn't budge one bit. You know, we knew what we had to do. Now on to the Mega Brawl, we can think about that. And it's nice to be in the backyard, I think, just for the travel purpose. But Philly's coming. It's not going to be an easy fight. We both got issues, you know. Mainly myself. I want to get this damn monkey off my back. But it's TBL, so anything can happen. Doesn't matter where you are, if you're at home, if you're away. So we're very excited. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's talk to Claudio over here. Very impressive performance. How is it going back to Miami and getting a little bit of redemption?
Thank you very much tonight. Thank you at the TBL. Miami, I'm in the house, isn't it?
¿Cómo te sientes peleando en Miami?
Me siento muy bien peleando en Miami, en mi casa.
Feels very good fighting in Miami. It's home, so yeah, they were going to be all very excited to be at home.
Well, the TBL family is wishing you the best of luck. Victor, numero uno. Tell us that KO really solidified a heck of a road to this ring right here to Mega Brawl 4. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Me siento bien porque le di, como dice el cubano, le puse la tapa al pomo para que el equipo avanzara a la final.
He says that he feels great. He's glad that he was able to solidify the victory for the team with that knockdown and just secure the victory for us, and absolutely feels good.
Congratulations, Miami Assassins. You are heading to Mega Brawl 4, and it's back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks so much, Gina. We appreciate that. Claudio Marrero, Victor Abreu capturing stars of the night. I tell you what, Victor Abreu landing the closing punch, if you will, to clinch this one. But Claudio Marrero, the former world champion, doing a terrific job answering the call as one of those swing bouts. You have to step in. It's really tricky when you're not scheduled to fight that second round, but then you're called and you have to obviously heed the call.
And then you have to be ready. How many minutes? Will it be 5 minutes? Will it be 10 minutes? Somebody come back, okay, you're on. So you have to have a special type of personality and mindset to go and do that, which he did. And then Abreu, a great story, along with Herman Caicedo, that they did not panic. As we were looking at the interviews all night, when they were down 7, they didn't feel like they were down 7.
All right, let's take a look at the bracket here for the TBL postseason with the 2 semifinals now in the books. Championship matchup set for Mega Brawl 4. Philadelphia, the #1 seed, and the undefeated Philadelphia Smoke will be taking on the 2 seed Miami Assassins. Only 1 loss for Miami this season. And who did it come from? It came from the Philadelphia Smoke. May 17th, let's take a look back when these two went at it. And you saw the damage Lissandra Contreras was able to do. And will she be another table setter on the biggest stage here, Dave?
Yeah, and we see improvement from Guinethen. So what will that mean? Stacia Suttles has turned into a beast now, a power source, more so than she was when they met the first time. Something has come over her as a leader and a dominant knockout stalker. So that has been a major force for Philadelphia. And I think it's great. Both teams are better than when they met before.
As we see this Miami squad celebrating in the ring in Phoenix, they're going to be able to go home. We heard Gina talk about that, ask everybody in the ring about that. Miami will be in South Florida for this event. You can't just ignore that right there because the fans, they show up for the Assassins.
Oh, and especially the Cuban fan base there for the Cuban fighters. That is a legitimate home field advantage. Philly has one. LA had a great one all season long. And you have to look at this and say, the location of this, that might be worth a couple points to Miami.
And bottom line, we love upsets. I don't think upsets are any bigger than they are in the sport of boxing. But when you have 1 versus 2, as far as seeds go, you have the best versus the best. You are going to find out who the best team in Team Boxing League is this year in 2026. Doesn't get better than that.
I love how both of these teams had to do it. Now, Philly had we'd call it like the white-collar blitz as they went right through San Antonio and showed that they're even better than they had been before. And Miami, more like the white knuckle type of a scenario, down 7. Now, you can panic when you're down 7 when you've never had a bad night all year, but they did not panic when they were down 7. Giovanni Estella telling us, hey, you know what? We're going to chop it down little by little, all of our fighters here. That was quite a look of a composed team, and the way Miami won, even more important than that they won.
And just to put the cherry on top right here, both of these teams, they talk an excellent trash game. Now, one may be in Cuban, that's for sure. But who do you think talks the better trash? Is it Philly or is it Miami?
Well, I think Philly is known for the better trash, but Miami's starting to get a place in there, too. And, it's going to go all week. And then we'll see what loquacious Bob Kane has to say.
That's right. Miami, Philadelphia coming up next Sunday, August the 30th. It will determine the next Team Boxing League champion. Philly and Miami, we will find out who will walk away with the Mega Brawl belt. Find out as TBL season comes to a close here in 2026. 2 teams, 1 champion, only here with Team Boxing League. The Mega Brawl coming up next Sunday. We'll see you then as Miami moves on to the championship round. They'll take on Philadelphia. We'll see you then.
Yes, guys, we are here with Giovanni